News broke Tuesday night that Mike Gundy had been let go from his position as head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboys after nearly 21 years as the head of the program. Mike Gundy truly is and was Oklahoma State through and through. He spent 35 of his 58 years on this planet being an assistant coach, being a player, and being a head coach down in Stillwater. Now, one of our off-season topics this year was head coaches that were entering the season on a hot seat. I put Mike Gundy on my list because I thought after the poor performance last season with Ollie Gordon and the Cowboys not living up to the hype in the new look Big 12 conference, I thought he's been there a long time. He's been tenured there. He is Oklahoma State. And yet I still thought if he didn't perform this season, there was a chance he could be let go. No, I didn't think it would be mid-season. I thought they would pay him the respect that he has earned and deserved and let him ride out the rest of the season. But let's be honest, man. I said in another video, we're in a new era. This NIL era is not to be played around with. There is so much money at stake. There is so much on the line for these head coaches and these programs and athletic directors just in general that they have got to strike while the iron's hot. So firing coaches sooner in the season. Yes, it's only after 4 games. We've already seen 3 firings at major programs. And we're going to see more probably after this weekend, probably in Florida and Wisconsin. Going over a couple of the numbers, I'm sure you've kind of heard him by now. He started at Oklahoma State in 2005 as the head coach, I should say. The 58-year-old Gundy did. 170 and 90 in his career there. A winning season every year from 2006 to 2023. Conference championship, only one of them, but in 2011. And a program like Oklahoma State, who was competing with the likes of the big boys in the state, Oklahoma Sooners, and the Longhorns from Texas, among other programs, Texas Tech, Baylor, etc. A mighty tall task to win a conference title down in Stillwater, Oklahoma. But he was able to do it. He had the elite quarterback and, of course, the crazy wide receivers. Didn't pan out in the NFL. Neither of them did. But, yeah. He also appeared in 21 and 23 Big 12 title games. We thought he was going to be the dominant program in the Big 12 with the Sooners and the Longhorns leaving for the SEC, but that did not come to fruition. And the administration in Stillwater is not playing around. They want championships and they want playoff appearances. He had 5 New Year's 6 appearances as well in his time in Stillwater. A couple BCS bowl games as well. But ultimately, this last year and a half has not gone well for Gundy. I think a big part of I think one of the big factors is that their biggest rival, the Sooners, they left the conference. And what does Oklahoma State have to play for now? They're a program that has a lack of direction. They are a program that wasn't buying into NIL. Mike Gundy was not a fan of the changes to college football, and he was not adapting well, and that was showing. I think both of those factors played into this downfall of Gundy at his alma mater. Of course, everybody remembers him for his rant, "I'm a man, I'm 40, way back in 2007. Now, that's about all that people remember. Man, I gained a lot of respect. He stood up for his player. A reporter was trashing him in the media, absolutely dogging him. Then he stood up for his player, for his parents. That's a coach I would have sent my kids to. You know what I'm saying? He stood up and stood in the gap for his players, showing that he cared about them, showing his heart and his character and the type of man that he is. And so I really respect Mike Gundy and always have since that rant when I looked into the context of what was behind that. Another thing we got to respect, longevity is just not a thing in college football. Nick Saban was one of the longest tenured coaches. Dabo Swinney still is, but he's entering the hot seat territory. Kirk Ferentz at Iowa, it's just not a common theme for head coaches. You produce or you get off the pot. And Gundy has been there for over 20 years now, so we have to respect that consistency and the loyalty he showed to that program when he elevated Oklahoma State to a place they've never been before. And they reached new heights under him as head coach. So He could have left for a program with better resources, a town that could attract better players. A program with. I mean, he had Boone Pickens. Let's be honest, he did have Boone Pickens, and that money ran out too. But I'm saying a program that has more than one Boone Pickens, he could have gone to, but he chose to stay loyal, stay faithful to his program, and that was a powerful thing. And so I really respect it, and I really am gonna miss Mike Gundy. He's only 58. There's potential he could pop up somewhere else. Maybe he wants to jump down a level, go to a smaller school, a little less pressure. Maybe the itch of coaching is still in him. I think they did him a little dirty, let him go mid-season. But like I said, they got to get ahead of this coaching search. Now the other programs have cut ties with their head coaches this early in the season. This is a trend that's going to continue. The race for coaches is on. The coaching carousel is happening already, and the wheels are turning. There's a $15 million buyout, so that's relatively low for college football speak. I've seen buyouts in my lifetime of 50, 60, 70, $80 million that coaches have received. Charlie Weiss, anybody? But just wanted to pay my respect to Mike Gundy, man. He's a legend in the coaching, in coaching circles. And he's somebody I looked up to in this profession. So hopefully good things and good times ahead for him. Obviously, he's going to be collecting a lot of money for not working. But if he decides to work, and I hope he does, because he's still got some good coaching years. He's got some molding and shaping of men left to do on this planet. So I hope he continues to coach. We're going to find out where he turns. Probably take a year off. He has the gift of gab, so maybe he wants to go into an analyst position like a lot of coaches do for a year and then jump back into the ranks. We'll see how things shake out. But Mike Gundy, you will be missed. You're a man. You're 58. And I hope to see you again on a coaching sideline.